Season 33, War 6, going up against DSVG today. Starting out in Section 2 on Path 7 here, against this Kinetic Mysterio with Aspect of Evolution. The plan for this fight is to use the Mr. F Prefight that I have applied, as well as my own Wither and Exhaustions, to reverse the power that he would get from Kinetic normally. I want to do that because I want to keep him below a bar of power. If he were to reach a single one, it would increase his overall stats, his block penetration, his power gain, all of that fun stuff. And once that happens, it's very easy for a fight like this to get out of hand, especially against a champ like Mysterio, where you can't hit him for a certain period of time after he throws a special one, and you end up getting power drained if he throws a special two. So I know why they placed him here. It's a good placement, I'd say. But I want to keep landing my heavies to refresh the Mr. F, and I want to keep pausing my debuffs. The biggest problem I had in this fight was he was very passive at times. So I would pause my debuffs, and then he would run away for an extended period of time, and my debuffs would unpause. We're actually going to end up losing our Wither here towards the end of the fight, but I had a special 2, and I knew that it would finish him off, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And that wraps up that fight right there. Moving on, I have this Mojo on 47. I've taken this fight enough now to have a game plan that is tried and true. I'm just going to dash back, parry the second hit. We're going to pause our debuffs with the dash back. We're going to reverse the Kinetic with the parry, just like we did against that Mysterio. And then we're going to drop a heavy. And that's going to apply an exhaustion for even more power reversal. It's a very easy, very safe fight. I'd say it's a pretty standard fight for me now. I've taken it a lot. So I'm just going to repeat this process for the entire thing. And when we reach a special 2, we're going to hold on to it for a second until the indestructible buff drops off that he gets from the node. And then I think it's going to take 2 special 2s and about 3 or 4 hits after that to finish this guy up. Now, I took these 2 fights in the morning before I left for work. And then the last fight of the war for me is going to be Mangog in Section 3. It's another fight that I've taken quite a bit. And that one's going to have an interesting thing that plays out during it. So I'm in an office building in the lobby, and I have my work stuff next to this couch that I'm sitting on. And I start the Mangog fight, and I hear this lady saying, excuse me, and it clicks in my head that she's talking to me, but I have no idea what it is that she's talking to me about yet, or what it is that she wants. She comes over, and I let her know, you're going to have to hold on a second, like I'm doing something, and but she doesn't want to hear that. So she gets louder, excuse me. I'm like, lady, I'm busy. You're going to have to hold on 1 second. But the thing is she can see that I'm clearly playing a video game. She doesn't understand the importance of it. But still a very impatient woman. So at this point, she's yelling at me. You need to take your work stuff off this rug right here. You can't have it on there. I'm telling her, you're going to have to hold on a second. And I mean, this Mangog fight, I was playing it really well. It might have been the best start and the best 75% of a Mangog fight that I've had. I mean, I get a special 1 dex in there, drop the special 2. I have all sorts of power control. And then near the end of this fight, she's actually going to bend her face down to try and stick it in my face and block off the line of sight from my phone. And as she does that, I turn my whole body and I slide myself down the couch, and then I stand up and I keep my back to her to block her off from getting access to my phone. And kind of a crazy thing to be a part of. Just in general, never mind in a war fight. Yeah, I've never experienced anything like that before. Lady was all sorts of crazy. So I end up making out of that fight alive. Thank God. Aside from taking a heavy to the face and ruining what might have been my best Mangog fight ever. But we ended up winning this one on time. We were leading for most of the war, and then at the very end we ended up dropping one, but we finished it out solid from there. So, good job to DSVG. And that's all she wrote. Thank you very much for watching.